Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to my review of Cars 3. This review will not, I repeat, will not contain any spoilers to the plot of the movie. I will do a spoiler review in a couple days though, where we can discuss any and everything about the movie. But for now, we're going to leave spoilers out. So I saw Cars 3 last night, which was Thursday. The official release date for the movie is today, Friday, June 16th, but movies are always shown the night before the official release. So Cars 3 is directed by Brian Fee. The two previous films were directed by John Lasseter, so that's a change. It's essentially the story of now veteran racer Lightning McQueen, voiced by Owen Wilson. He has had a very successful career over the past 11 years, but he's getting older now, with the new next generation rookies coming into the sport who are extremely fast. McQueen begins to slip. He starts losing a lot more races than previously. Jackson Storm, voiced by Armie Hammer, is at the forefront of these next gens. He's kind of a jerk and is a lot like McQueen from the beginning of the first Cars movie, but only worse. McQueen then suffers a terrible crash very early on in the movie. This makes many wonder if it's time for him to retire. In an effort to get back his game and beat Storm, McQueen decides he must train hard. Cruz Ramirez, voiced by Cristela Alonzo, is the core of that. She helps McQueen by making him more technologically advanced. McQueen also meets Smokey, voiced by Chris Cooper, who was Doc Hudson's mentor back in the 1950s. Of course, Doc was McQueen's mentor in the first Cars movie. He was voiced by Paul Newman, but sadly, Newman passed away in 2008, shortly after the first Cars movie in 2006. Therefore, the character of Doc also died. However, in this movie, he's brought back through flashbacks, using old recordings that Newman did for the first movie. This was by far my favorite aspect of the film. To wrap up the summary now, McQueen must prove himself in the Florida 500. And now that's where I'm going to end it to avoid any more spoilers. Now moving on to my personal opinion about the movie. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Being a huge Cars fan myself, it's everything I would have wanted. In my opinion, it was much better than Cars 2, but I don't think it's quite the caliber of Cars 1. The original is still the best for me. I felt like Cars 3 was a bit rushed. I wish they took more time to carry out the storyline because a lot happens very quickly and then we're already on to the next thing. That's really my biggest and only complaint. The plot was taken in a great direction with Lightning McQueen's career. I also really enjoyed McQueen and Cruz's relationship. It's not romantic, it's more father and daughter. That was very interesting to watch. The training journey they went on was also a lot of fun. The animation was absolutely stunning. The water, the racing, the mud, everything was beautifully done. I know the mud was the most difficult thing to animate for them because they always take on a new thing to animate as their challenge for each Pixar movie, and the mud was that for this one. It all looks so realistic. Pixar definitely went above and beyond. I was very happy to see many characters return from previous movies. Some that weren't in the second movie appeared in this one, which was awesome because I wanted them to appear in the second and they didn't. The new characters were fantastic as well, like Cruz Ramirez and Smokey. In addition, Disney and Pixar really took the effort to add in some great Easter eggs. Most are spoilers, so I won't mention them specifically, but keep your eyes out for A113, which is obviously an office number at Pixar that's very significant. The Pizza Planet truck, the Pixar ball, the, star ball, and a reference to Disney Pixar's next movie in November, Coco. They also brought in real-life NASCAR drivers to voice characters in the movie, like Danny Swervez, voiced by Daniel Suarez, or Chase Racelet, voiced by Chase Elliott. There are a lot more real-life people voicing characters based on themselves in the movie as well. Some of you may have not noticed that, so I wanted to mention it because they may not really resemble their real-life personas in the movie. They were great to see. Now, for those of you who didn't quite like Cars 2, do not worry at all. Cars 2 is not referenced. It seems to be forgotten in the minds of the characters and obviously Disney Pixar as well. Of course, Mater, who essentially starred in Cars 2, voiced by Larry the Cable Guy, was barely in this movie. His role was significantly reduced. It's the perfect dose of Mater. I loved him in this movie. I also like Cars 2, but I definitely prefer this movie and Cars 1 over that by far. This is the true sequel to Cars 1. No more spy stuff, just racing. So that's all for my review, guys. I'm a bit biased because I'm a huge Cars fan, but I tried my best to lay out the premise of the movie. A lot more of my critiques are spoilers and will be talked about in my spoiler review. The main reason that they are critiques is because I'm such a big fan and I'm a little picky. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I definitely recommend this movie. It's great for kids, a very enjoyable experience. If you go to see it, I hope you enjoy it. And I'll see you guys next time for another video. Bye now!